Hello, this is the perfect practice if you do not feel like doing yoga. You are tired, maybe you had a long day, but you've made a commitment to yourself that you're going to do this every day. So let's get started. We're going to get into a wide-legged child's pose. So bringing your knees, it could be just a little bit in, closer to the mat, bringing your arms forward, and then drop your head. Take a deep breath in and out, relax. See, we're almost sleeping here. Good. This class is going to be gentle but feel good. And it just might give you that burst of energy needed to get through the rest of your day. Take another deep breath in and out. Good. And then pushing yourself up to your tabletop position. Let's drop the belly, look up, do some cat-cows. Let's just be gentle on ourselves. Do slow, soft movements. Just focus on your breath. Good. Shift your hips to the left and peek over your right shoulder. And then peek over your left shoulder as you shift your hips over to the right. Come back up to center, come up onto your toes, sit back onto your heels and bring your arms all the way up for a stretch. And then lower your hands down, bringing the right arm over for a little side stretch. Reaching your right arm over your head, feeling this deep stretch on the right side, and then bring yourself up over to the left. Good. And back up to center. Let's drop our head down, do a couple side rolls, really slow. Close your eyes too when you're here. You could even place your hands down onto your knees. Again, if this is too much for you, you could kneel or you can come up. Good. Perfect. Good. Bring your head up to center, drop your hands down, and bring your hands a little bit closer to the top of the mat. And we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. But I want this one to be a little bit wider than you normally would. So if you're a little used to bringing your feet in a little bit closer, we're just going to make this nice and wide. Really spread out our arms and our feet. If you're tall like me, maybe you're hitting every corner of your mat. If not, just make this comfortable for you. Good. And just relax. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Let your head be heavy. Good. Now we're going to walk our hands to our feet at the back of the mat. So walking our hands, keep your feet wide, drop your head, maybe your elbows. We're in a wider forward fold here. And we can even shift our hips a little bit, make this a gentle sway. Again, grabbing onto your elbows or just your hands float onto the mat. Give your head a little shake. Good. And then walk your hands to the top of the mat and then lower down onto your belly. Good. Bring your arms out to the side and rest your right ear onto the mat. Take a breath in, bring both of your feet up and just give your hips, do a little windshield wiper. Should feel good on your hips. As you move your feet from side to side. Good. Place your feet down on the mat. Come into a wider version of your cobra. And we're just going to lift ourselves up nice and gentle and then lower. Lift up, take a deep breath in. Lower down slowly. You could pretty much do this whole practice with your eyes closed. Good. And lift. And lower. Good. Bring your hands in closer. We're going to push ourselves up to our first upward facing dog. So now our hips are off of the mat. Keep your toes pointed, shoulders away from your ears. Take a minute here, let your hips be heavy. Hold. Nice. And then dropping your knees and rolling backwards into your child's pose once more. Any variation that's calling to you. This is your practice, your stretch. Bring both hands over to the right side for another side stretch. Good. Hands back to center, and then both hands over to the left for a stretch on the right. Good. Bring your hands back to center. Coming up onto your knees, take your right foot and step it forward and lean forward into your low lunge. You can always fold your mat if you have sensitive knees like I do. So let's bring ourselves up, sinking deep into this stretch. We're just going to place our hands just a little bit lower, below our left knee, and look up. Sink down. Still trying to keep our belly in. So much to think about. Good. And then placing our hands down onto the mat. Come up onto your toes into your runner's lunge. And then from here, we're going to just gently and slowly extend our right leg. Drop our head down. You can keep your back heel lifted or lowered. And then float down back into your runner's lunge. Back leg is straight. Front toe is pointing to the top of the mat. And extend. Again, you can drop that back heel or not. Good. Lift the back heel. Bend the front knee. Make sure you have both hands grounded on the mat, swinging that left leg, your left leg forward, and just rock in your high plank position forward and back. Good. And then hips go up to the ceiling. 2 breaths in your downward facing dog. Deep breath here. You've got this. We're almost done. And then you can check off in your to-do list that you did yoga today, even though you didn't feel like it. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Dropping your knees down to the mat. Release your toes. Stepping your right foot forward. Sinking down into your low lunge. So your knee is on the mat. Lifting up. Bringing both hands just below your right knee this time. Good. You can keep your back toe up or down. It's up to you. Good. Deep breath in. Relaxing the shoulders. Nice. And then placing your hands down on the mat, and we're going to extend our both legs. So we're extending our right leg. We're maybe lowering down our back heel depending on our flexibility here. Feel this nice stretch. You can feel it all the way from your toes, all the way up, your hamstrings, your hips, and then lower it back down into your runner's lunge. And again, extend, maybe dropping the back heel, and then lower. One more time, lift. Good. And lower down. Placing both hands down onto the mat, bringing your right leg back into your high plank again. And again, we're shifting just back and forth, back and forth. And then hips go to the ceiling for your downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Good, gorgeous. lift your heels, bend your knees, take a baby jump to the center of the mat and sit yourself all the way down, placing your hands down onto the mat. Crisscross our legs, bring our arms up, deep breath in, lower down, deep breath in, lower down, good. Left arm goes up and over your head. Good, add a little smile to your face. Come back up to center and the other side over. Left arm goes over your head. You can keep your arm up or to the side, it's up to you. Nice, back up to center. Bring your legs out to your wide-legged forward fold. Pushing yourself forward with your hips, maybe flexing your feet, up to you. Sit up nice and tall, bring yourself forward if you can, or keep your hands back. You could roll your shoulders this time a little bit, maybe bringing your elbows down, maybe a sway from side to side. Do what feels good here. Do what's calling you. Let's hold. Good. Come on up. Bring your hands over for a side stretch over to the right. Up to center, over to the left. One more time, over to the right. And then over to the left. Beautiful, good. Bring both feet to the top of the mat. In your seated forward fold, we're going to bring your right foot, take your right foot, bring it to the inside of your left leg. Arms go up and then fold down, grabbing onto your foot or your knee or your calf, wherever you are, trying to keep your hips steady, and then just drop yourself down slowly. Let go, release here, enjoy the stretch. Maybe you could take your right hand and grab it to the outside of your foot or ankle so you can get in a little sneaky twist sensation. Good, and then slowly come up and switch sides. Right leg goes out, feet are flexed, left foot goes into the upper leg, reaching both arms up and then falling down towards our right foot this time. Find a good, comfortable place. It could be awkward, just it's going to be different every time. Find a place that you can grab so you can gently pull yourself in, but also breathe and relax at the same time. Good, lovely. Now we're going to do a twist variation. Take your right leg, bend it in. Take your left foot, cross it over your right knee, sit up nice and tall. Good. You can wrap your arm or cross it over. I like to wrap my right arm over my left knee, and look back, look behind. Squeezing your left knee in. Should feel this on your right hip. Really good stretch. Look over your shoulder. Nice. And switch. So we're taking our right ankle just over our left knee. It's going to be different for everyone. We all have different size, lengths. And looking over your right shoulder this time for a twist. Good. I hope you all have a little more burst of energy after doing this quick little practice. Or maybe you're just ready for bed. Either way, I can assure you, you've raised your dopamine levels. Feels good to get things done, especially if you've made a promise to yourself to do them. Awesome. Let's bring our feet and knees together at the top of the mat. We're going to roll ourselves down one more time, head to toe stretch, bringing both feet all the way up, waterfall. Let's flex our feet, let's move our hands, let's do this fun organic movement. Grabbing the outside of your feet right into happy baby. Opening up the hips a little bit further, shoulders down to the mat, maybe a rock from side to side. Good. Squeeze your knees in. One more big love. I did it. I'm amazing. And rock yourself up. Rocking up. We did it. We're proud. This self-love. Feel this beautiful energy that you have created, this higher vibrational moment within your heart space, your head space. Take this beautiful positive energy everywhere you go and share it to those that you love. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Namaste.